Hey everyone, welcome to a new Grandmaster combat achievement. This one is for denying the healers 2 and it's part of the fight caves against Jad. So I'll just read through this quickly. Denying the healers 2 is a Grandmaster combat achievement which requires the player to complete the Tazar fight caves without Taztok Jad being healed by White Hercot. The most reliable way to get this achievement is by luring Jad near the entrance in the northeast corner of the arena, as the Hercots cannot spawn here. Once Jad is lured, the player should move to the center of the arena and carefully attack each healer once each as they spawn and start to move towards Jad. Keep an eye on your health, as 4 healers at once can do a fair amount of damage. And then it has another method here where just above half hit points when Jad's at that stage, you can cast Vengeance and use 2 Dragon Claw special attacks in quick succession while allowing Jad to hit the player, which is likely to quickly finish it off before any Hercots have the chance to heal. So this one probably is a bit more RNG based because of that special attack, but you're probably likely to get it with max strength bonus gear. But we will be using the range method because I think this is the most reliable, and most players getting this achievement, it's the easiest one if you want to get it, trying it once. So we'll be doing this method. And one important thing I want to mention with this is if we go into here with the healers, it's very important if you find that you're failing this one, and that's why you come to this video. It's probably in regards to this. So it says in the fight caves they will heal Jad if they are within 4 squares of Jad, but will stop healing if interrupted. If you interrupt them before they have a chance to heal Jad, they will re-aggro Jad if dragged to within 5 tiles of Jad's southwest tile. The Inferno versions must be within melee distance to heal Jad. So what it's saying is if you have a weapon such as a toxic blowpipe, which I think is 4 squares away or 5 squares, something like that, you may find that even though you aggro these mobs, that if you say you have a sip of the Sara brew whilst getting attacked by them, you may find that they actually move back to Jad to heal them. So you don't want that at any cost. So I'll be using the Twisted Bow because that's a 10 tile weapon, and I think the Bowfer is also a 10 tile weapon. So you can find weapons such as crossbows as well that are much easier to do this with, so we'll go into that in this guide. Okay, so in terms of getting there, an easy way I get to the fight caves is just teleporting there in your grouping. So you just go, if you got your clan chat on or whatever, you just go to this last one here on the right under grouping, and then you go down to yeah, it's not here because I'm in it at the moment, but Tazar fight pit. So yeah, so you click on that one, and when you teleport, it won't let me at the moment, but it will say if you want to hop to the world, so you just say no, and then it'll begin teleporting you to the place, and then it's pretty much just because it's a fight caves minigame, it's just there, so it's just west from here, and then you basically go east from here to get to the fight cave. So that's pretty much how I get there, and it's an easy way for most players. And going into the inventory, so we have pretty basic setup in the inventory, which is the blowpipe. You can use dragon darts or amethyst darts, that should be fine, as long as over about 500 I would say for this. You got the Sari God Sword, so that's for healing. You'll hardly use any brews, you're lucky if you even use any of these, but I usually use about almost 1 per fight cave with because I don't do all prayer flicking and all that stuff. 2 ranging potions, the rest in super restores and prayer potions, and I also have if you have a Fally Shield 4, that will recharge all the prayer. I just find that sometimes easy if you don't want to sip like 4 doses of potion, and also the Holy Wrench, which will help keep the prayer restoration up. So basically the set that we have is the Missouri Fortified. You can use anything like Void or Karils for this, so you definitely don't need this set. Armadillo, etc. Ava's Assembler, the Necklace of Anguish, again you can use a Fury. I got Dragon Arrows, but this will depend on what you use. So with the Blowpipe, for killing most of the mobs, I'd highly recommend to have probably, like, if you can't afford a Twisted Bow or the Bowfer, to have like a decent crossbow. So probably Armadillo crossbow would be handy, or at least a Dragon crossbow, and to use Dragon bolts. You know, like your best Dragon bolts that you can use enchanted, so say Ruby bolt tip or Diamond bolt tip's probably better. And then you can have, you know, I got Zarat fan braces, or you can have Barrow's gloves, and Pegasean boots. You could have snakeskin boots and Archer's ring eye. So hopefully you have that, because that's pretty handy for the DPS. So basically, you'll definitely though want a weapon for this to make it easier getting it first shot that can attack more further than a toxic blowpipe, which I think is about 4 squares or 5 squares, because with this they will de-aggro if you aren't careful and you go close to Jad 4 tiles away in the center. They will heal Jad and it'll fail the challenge. So I'd recommend pulling the mobs with the blowpipe because it's quick, and then switching to a, like say, an 8 tile weapon or a 10 tile weapon to finish off Jad, and you'll easily nail this one. So without a further ado, I'm going to skip through the entire waves now, because I imagine hopefully you can do that if you're doing this challenge, which is a Grandmaster. And if this is your first Grandmaster, it's an excellent one, because you're basically dipping your toes into some you know, higher end game combat achievement that's really easy for a Grandmaster. So hopefully this is helpful for you if you are struggling with this. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so by this stage we're at wave 62 and we're on our last major. So with that last major, whichever one's closer to the most northeastern side, bring it over to the northeastern corner where the entrance is to the fight caves. And we've got a T-bow, so this will smash it down quickly. Make sure you've had your Sara brew at this stage, and that you've had your super restore and range potion, and just get your prayer points to their max for upcoming Jad. So with Jad, we'll want to hear the sounds, and we'll want to protect prayer accordingly to his attacks. So the idea here is we're praying correctly whilst bringing him to the northeastern entrance, and this is so with the healers they can't spawn in this area. That's the whole idea. And then the second part of that is that we'll be on Jad's south side with the blowpipe, which is a really fast weapon, as you all know, so we'll be able to take them out from the center south of Jad before they reach him. And then the other idea of it, as you'll see in this video, is that we then lure them out a little bit whilst they're attacking, and then switch to your 10 tile or, you know, over 5 tile attacking weapon, and that way they won't go and heal Jad. So you're about to see it here. Just keep praying correctly in the center here. So very simple. I think I'm using Dragon Darts. You don't need to use Dragon Darts. You can use Amethyst. So here's the first healer. Second one's there. So make sure you tag him pretty quickly. Make sure you pray correctly. So there's that one, and then this one. So we got all of them, and then lure them a bit out like this. And with the T-bow you can see we're well away from Jad, 10 tiles away in fact, and very easy from here. And you'll find that's complete. Congratulations. You'll find it's simple as with a crossbow too. So yeah, great work. So this is a great one if you're dipping your toes into your first Grandmaster, and I hope this was helpful. A very simple one. And please like, subscribe and comment on my video for more. Alright, see ya.